All right. Let me make sure we're live, and we got camera, we got sound. You got sound, yeah? Okay, this is a live broadcast, so it's important to check those things. But we are going live, transmitting from Spirit. Yes. Remembering once again our cosmic, galactic, universal heritage. Okay, and when we talk about that in relation to human race, well, this is our family. Lyran's homies, familia, that's where we come from. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, how we humans are possibly related to a feline Lyran Syrian cat people race called the Anuhazi. So you have incentive to stick around to hear these real history, because you surely find some fake history being conjured by the fallen angelics, telling you a different history, a confused, limited, distorted history. Not tonight. This is processed, you would say, through the law of one, through equality, unconditional love, grace, mindfulness. We are part of this code, where we speak this code. We remember it. So thank you for joining me, Starseeds. And I know some of you are Lyran, my homies, Lyran Starseeds, coming in representing tonight's topic. And we will have this, definitely have what you call some codes dropping. Ah, yummy. More codes, Starseeds. What's up? Thank you, familia, for being in this Chikewa kingdom of Christos, of God, Machiwa, representing God's original intention. That's what we do when we represent, when we speak, when we walk and talk love, law of one, a light, bringing in those energies, frequencies, bandwidths, bringing it, owning it, standing in our power. Once again, it is possible through innerchristos. God is with inside holy ones, not outside. And when any person, any book, any spiritual new age system, any religion is trying to tell you otherwise, that is a intentional deception, a lie, a hoax, shenanigans, wickedness. For it is produced, it is a reflection, it is a oscillation of these wicked ones. Machiwa. We know, realize, see all our God, but we don't condone what they do. Okay, this is a spiritual war, homies, and we, Machiwa, work our craft of light. We're priests. We don't we don't manipulate. We're not trying to control. It's about free will. And when the guardians, the blessed ones, are connecting to directly with this consciousness that some choose to call God, the guardians, the ancient ones, call it the Unisai. Awashiwa. This is from the consciousness energy point of view, and I welcome all of you. Doesn't matter what your religion is, we welcome all. And you don't even have to agree, holy ones. The only thing we ask, okay, is that you be respectful. Okay, you can even talk about it in chat. Just be respectful. Because as soon as you aren't, you're not vibing, Vato. And you are holy, you just don't remember it. And you don't act it. And you don't desire it, apparently. But here we are. Chakaya. Representing that truth, that light of the real Christos. Welcoming you again to this live transmission. And I'll be drinking my hot green tea. I know you don't have to tell me I shouldn't be drinking tea, which will last probably 8 hours in my system, but my schedule is totally effed up. I am like spending all my waking hours on this stuff, so I'm so happy to be even still talking. So this is basically like my morning, so like my afternoon kind of. I've already been working for several hours, so. Anything that helps, with the lung issues. Let me put this aside so I can see the chat better. All right. Let me go to the top. I already see Starman and Indigo, Mac Rambo, Machiwa, Paul King. Thank you, Paul. Wonderful to get feedback from you guys that are positive and loving and friendly, right? Because other people will say bad stuff about my, appearance. And to each their own, okay? Everyone's going through their journey, and we're all feeling symptoms. And even the negative people are feeling some type of symptoms because of what's happening through the energies, Chiwa. We all feel it. We all get our boat rocked. It's Earth awakening her consciousness, her higher self, and you either go in her harmony, her wave, tidal wave. You go inside her frequency of awakening, and then you are in not turbulence. You're not in danger. You are safe. You are protected, guarded, watched, realized. It's yourself. It's not something bad to be watched by yourself. You look in your lower selves. You can see them. You can look into your memories, negative memories. That's your lower self. Okay? Just like your higher self is doing the same thing with you. Not like a bad thing, like the fallen side. The anti-Christic, anti-life, because remember, live, evil, anti-life, against life, vampiric energy, well, they will take advantage of its lower selves. Guardians do not. Hey, it's itself. It does what it wants to itself, but does not recognize law of one, and treats and abuses their lower selves. You got some demonic activity, fallen angelic activity, that's because that's your homies. That's where you're coming out of. We talk about hybrids. You're part human, part Anunnaki fallen angel, or part fallen angel reptilian, or part something. Not human. So we're all being hybridized. Understand, there's something called the 12 tribes. And there's 7 tribes on planet Earth, and 5 that are in the stars. Starseed. That's all coming from the Lyra. This planet is Lyran. Oh, we got Pleiadians, we got Syrians, we got Andromedans, we got Vegans, we got all these different alien races. But this is Lyran's planet. They got their planets. Get it? Earth. See the Sphinx on Earth in the Great Pyramid of Giza right there. Check it out. You can't miss that. What is that? It's standing there still from ancient days. That is the symbol, that is the sign, the calling sign of Lyra. We are these Wachmats Yetzwok Yeshanahiwa Vachashnashwa Tanya Wasiya. We are these brilliant ones. We are this priest, priest of Jeshua. priests of Azarline. You know, we had different priestcraft because of the inner earth and all the different time periods that we were wiped out. Those were different, times where we had priestcraft. And so our spirit comes into this timeline. Our spirit is in another timeline. Our spirit is in many timelines. Incarnations, you can call them. And so we're connecting to all that, and like you see, like me, a person speaking to you from many parts of myself. We become multidimensional awareness. Many awarenesses, many intelligences, many characteristics are within your spirit family, what the Guardians call your personal Christos family. Christos, your personal Christos, has up to 1,728 lives. Okay? Now this is coming straight out of Ashiana Dean, Kelantic Science, KS. That's her Pachua message from the Guardian Alliance. That's what we align ourselves with. And check out her work. What are you doing? Practicing New Age? Practicing occult? Practicing witchcraft? Check out Kelantic Science, honey. Kelantic Science, KS by Ashiana Dean, our blessed sister avatar, Iyasha, and Joshua, and John the Baptist, and Makochiwa, many great avatars in this age. Again, here, again, there in ancient Egypt, there in Atlantis, Lemuria, Polaris, Hyperborea. What's up, homies? We are ancient. We Lyrans are coming from the highest level. You see cat aliens? What's up? Avatar 1, Avatar 2. What's up? Thank you for that, John. Makas Carpenter. So nice vision there. Where'd you get that vision? I love you, Indigo Child. Mokai, yeah. And guess what, you guys? I just want to say something. Those Lyran cat people, they love their braids, man. the Lyran cats love this thing. It's right in a movie, And realize we're talking about liquid light beings, dude. It's not exactly like the movie Avatar. Come on, this is like that. They're showing density 1. They don't know much. Maybe beyond density 2. It's okay. It's one of those Templar things. That's what you would say secret societies, but we would say guardian societies. Or the dark Templar societies. We got beings who are following law of one. Hello, Templar. Law of one. Holy Grail. Magi kings, priest kings. Coming in history with all this freaking massive consciousness to 3D. This is like, what's up, homie? We coming in. Here, there, then there, later, tomorrow, yesterday. We're in all those places, doing our thing. We're badass feline cat people, homies. Cool, yeah. And the women are beautiful. The feminine, beautiful Lyran cat people. Realize you can speak of us from a multidimensional, point of view. You can see the, you would say, density 3 Lyran. You can see the density 4 Lyran Anuhazi. The density 2 Lyran, the density 1. So we are experiencing this, man. It's amazing. It's majesty. It's divine. And thank you for being here, present here in this code. This blessing. Guardian Alliance, Machua, so it's magic. Good magic, no wicked, okay? There's some dark practitioners. You will and then there's beings defending. They're called guardians. They have psychic powers too. They can work with energy too. Because the shadow will work in distraction, the surprise, and the trick and deceive and obfuscate. You can't see. They don't want you to see. That's the whole point. That's where they exist. They're in the shadow. They draw their power from darkness. Light, homie. We transmute that shit. Christos, cat people start, like Green Berets, like Navy SEALs, Special Forces start dropping in. You know what's up. Blessed to you, holy ones. To you in your journey. To you in your remembrance. Quiet. I just released a short on Lyran Starseeds. It's beautiful video. It's very interesting. Check it out. It's only 20 seconds. It won't take you much time. And like you guys, if you like this video, please like, because we're just getting started. This energy is strong. This energy is not from this timeline. We're bringing in this intelligence, this wisdom, this enlightenment, this code. We represent it, we stand it, we speak it, we live it, we connect to it. Hello, holy angels. Hello, Kachewa avatars and Elohai. All these Rishi beings, universal trinity. We got the cosmic trinity. This is the Christos podcast, Vato. We're bringing in this Akochua. You feel it. You just know it, man. It's like, huh? What are you talking about? Exactly. What are you talking about? Peace, grace, love, unconditional. You don't have to be sexy. That's a condition. You don't have to be rich. That's a condition. You don't have to be anything, because that's artificial. Oh, it's artificial. What's that really? Kachiwa! Bring your spirit. Transmute to light. Like a plasmic light. Get that one. Sound. You know what is cymatics? We speak sacred geometries. Or not. Some of you are speaking like, you know how you put your nails on a chalkboard. That's the energy you like. You like distortion. You don't like human. You want to be something other than human. Trans human. Changing your divine blueprint. You are divine. Go ahead and trans yourself if you want, because now then you won't be divine, will you? You'll be something like artificial, phantom, fallen angel. No, thank you. Transmute boundaries around those people and conversations. Bless yourself. Bless yourself by removing profanity and removing this distortions in spirit, in religion. You're not from 3D, vatos. You're from a lot higher places in those glorious kingdoms of God, Creator, Source. Don't limit yourself to this point of view only, because you're much more. Welcome to the Christos podcast. I love you unconditionally. You don't have to be sexy. You don't have to be rich, vatos. Peace to you, inner peace. Blessing to your spiritual awareness and awakening, and lead yourself into that metamorphosis we call spiritual ascension. You won't be this forever, honey. You know what's awaiting you? Yeah. Stay tuned to the end of the video to find out. And stay as long as you can so you can get more of this codes. Christ codes. Mahetiwa Hayemasu. It's a great blessing to be here with you guys. Jasmine! Machiwa! I have to make a video called just one word. Machiwa? Oh, 2 words. Machiwa explained. Okay, give me 48 hours. I'll try to do it. What is Machiwa? Or at least have an FAQ. Yeah, Indigo Wizard. Toth distorted the Emerald Covenant. That's not a good way to say it. The Emerald Covenant is undistortable. He's plagiarizing a fake version, a distorted version. He didn't distort no Emerald Covenant, Vato. He contrived a distortion and then played it off as something sacred, when we actually know, the Guardians tell us, this was actually doctrine for the dark illuminated ones on Earth. He's an ET trying to influence the dark illuminated ones. You know, the Illuminati. He's trying to Chikiwa. That's their teachings. That's why when you talk about it, like that's my second biggest video on my YouTube channel. When you challenge it, wow, look at the reaction you get. That's their god. That's their ancient deity, man. Egyptian deity. God. Okay, why does Egypt have its own god? It's what? Oh, here, there's another god. Oh, there's a goddess. There's more. What the F? Exactly. What the F? There's only one God. And we're not talking from religion point of view. We're talking about a universal cosmic energy spirit point of view. Kachiwa. There is only one. That's the whole point. That's what we call law of one. That's what we live by. That's what we speak. Law of one. What are you speaking in your mind? In your mouth, in your religion, in your conversations, in your relationships? What are you speaking? Law of one? What's up? That's your power. Bring it. Own it. Represent it. Wow, what a concept. But you're like too concerned about what people think of you. Maybe it's not popular to be a starseed or an indigo child or half alien or something. Machiwa noobs. Makaya! You just dismiss! You just dismiss what other people say or think. I mean, negative attacks. You know, someone trying to vampire you. You know the difference between someone loving you and someone... Sakiwas! You know the difference? Can you feel it? Exactly. That's the issue. People don't know. They're worshiping the darkness and don't even know. That's how intelligent those dark ones are. They duped you. And you got high IQs and stuff, but you were still duped. Oh, you're practicing this mastery, but then your spare time, you're like giving your freaking life force to some dark beings for every week or a few days. Not necessary. You don't need no middleman to the only God out there. All the other ones are bullshit gods. They're shit. They're not gods. They're the vampire parasite. They're the, anti-life. That's what the Guardians call innerchristos. Against truth against light. You know what is light, right? I've never seen little love hearts on YouTube before. That's cool. Thank you, guys. Machua. So, how are you doing, beautiful ones? Yeah, thank you for the love. That's cool, man. Is that new, guys? I never seen that shit before. That's a lot of love. Who's sending me all that love? No, really. Raise your hand. Who's spit? Bless your heart. Look at you. Okay, masitas. Amy says it's her. Thank you. Arlene, McCormick, you guys, thank you. Those of you who are members, look at you. You guys see the colored names? That's because, wow, they contributed some love to this work, to this spirit, to this energy. Is so grateful to you. Thank you. Let me put this down. I always knock this down. That's so cool. We have 50 likes. Dang. Thank you guys for being here with me live as we talk about these cat people, these alien vatos. What's up, man? We're talking about the Avatar homies. Avatar 2. Have you seen it yet, Holmes? What's up? No, why? Man, you're missing out. You're into Lyran supposedly and you haven't seen Avatar? Hey, when you look at the movie Avatar, and then you look at Ashana Dean's work, the Kalantic Science, KS, okay? Our sister, Avatar, Guardian, beyond Avatar, excuse me, that's kind of an insult. Sorry. Ekatic Master! So, remember, we have this Chiwa. Oh, man, that was a powerful sheet. Some galactic communication or something. But we feel the energy and it's on fire tonight. And we feel good, and we're talking about your heritage. When we talk about these cat people, we're talking about you in the future. Okay? Let me explain that too. Why is it so strange when you think about this, when you see... Okay, because we humans' point of view, right? We see humans, and then we see animals. What's this? Life is lesser than us. It's less than us. And then there's plants, and then we say, oh, this is really less than us. That's so less than us. What the shit, man? You don't get no law of one, homie. You don't get love. You don't get God. You don't get Christ with the Guardians, the ancient ones called Christos. So maybe someday you'll get that. Someday you will realize this Lyran heritage. Maybe you will see these faces. Maybe you will feel their emotion, their world, their history. their culture. Remembering is gaining. Remembering is reclaiming. Because when you don't remember jack shit, you're not reclaiming, honey. You're just sitting in the same spot, or even worse, falling in your consciousness. You can turn that around anytime you want. When you start realizing that there is no middleman to God, that's what religion teaches you. No, that's a hoax, that's a lie, and they're going to attack us. We're not attacking them. We're speaking our truth. They're allowed to speak their truth. And so are we. And you don't have to agree. That's what I always tell you. You don't have to agree with the guardians or Ashana or anyone. Even something unrelated to the Christos. Okay? This is, your sovereignty. You are God. But when you look at some other points of view, and that changes this idea of yourself to something like this. Now you're a terrible, sinful, inferior human creature that needs salvation, some saving, some grace. You see? You realize this is a black magic spell. Oh, you know how you go learn about manifestation and law of attraction? Well, that's dark law of attraction. That's a unmanifestation, if you could say anything like that. I don't know what these new things going on in my YouTube channel. I'm getting little love hearts flying. I'm getting little things, buttons are glowing. Man, it's on fire tonight, homie. It feels good to feel this harmony. No judgment. What's the opposite of no judgment? What's the antonym? I mean, it's not love. That's the opposite of hate. So what's the opposite of not? Ask AI real quick, and someone put it in comments. But yeah, Chikima Soya. Callista Artemis. Oh, thank you, Holy One. You're awesome. Look at you. Let's all donate, she says, let's all donate $1.99 to Christos, because if you give it to the Christos, you give to yourself. Machiwa. I love how you guys spell it. See, you guys you don't have to spell it the same way. Let me officially tell you that. I love how you spelled it, sister. That was awesome. Machiwa. Feel that definition. Instead of asking me what it means, feel it. Like, because we know energy. You guys know energy. You can feel energy. Okay? Like, you're not used to perceiving that way. You're used to perceiving only from like emotion and shit. That's cool, but you got more, honey. You have intuition. You have bilocation. You can be in more than one place. You can see multi-dimensional layers of reality and you'll see beings in those realities. And you can see, people call ghosts dead people. You'll see disembodied spirits. You will see, these are all different types of activations that you go through in your awakening. It's not some people. All people will be super psychic eventually. Super Merlin, but that's a bad example. You realize Merlin, Abraham, these are historical Thoth, beings that are actually thought to be worshipped and praised, are actually dark beings. So that was a bad example. Not Merlin, but some guardian mage. We're called magi for a reason. Mage comes from magician. I said it wrong. Mage, magician, comes from the word magi, or you can pronounce it magi. I prefer magi. M-A, you can spell it J-I or G-I at the end. Magi. Magi. Ma. That's an abbreviation of a larger word. Mage. Magi is an abbreviation of Maharaji, which is a Lyran word for a guardian race that were blue-skinned beings. High-level beings, man. This being's DNA was used to make other races. This is a spiritual badass. And hello, blue humans. And then you see like examples in Hinduism. Some of their gods, they're not gods, vatos, are blue skin, indigo children. And we're not saying they're good. Hey, just because it's an indigo doesn't mean it could be good. Even down here, that's typical, right? We have fallen indigos, dark indigos. See, what are you practicing? That's what you are. You're practicing a creed of all are one, all are love, all are God, the Christos, inner Christos. Well, we're all Christos, you guys. All humans have a Christos template. That's our DNA. All humans have it, but it's all distorted. It's all fragmented. As Ashiana speaks it in her workshops, it comes from as soon as you descend, you don't, that doesn't disappear and vaporize. Okay, the DNA strand 12, it would simply fragment pieces and become dormant. It's still in your template, but now you have a distorted template. Get it? Now realize this, you guys. All beings here from the human race have a divine template, a perfect body that will always be. It's outside of the darkness. It's in 12th dimension. So darkness starts at 11th dimension and down. So it's preserved. This is what the Guardian teachings call the divine blueprint. So all beings in the matrix have a divine blueprint. They all have a perfect body. So no matter how much you F up down here, no matter how much you screw up and get distorted and get mutated and all shit like that, well, honey, you still got your divine blueprint. It ain't going nowhere. You're not going to distort it. You're a distortion of that. We all are down here. We're a distortion, a third dimensional distortion of a 12th dimensional Christed avatar. If you use math, you're 25%, right? Density 4, and you're only in the lowest quarter. Out of 4 densities, you're the 25%. You're 25% of that Christed one. Are we godlike here? No. Up there we are. But realize in this anatomy of ours where you have your Templar open, that means you can bring in higher consciousness. And you guys, that's capped for safety, for physics. You can't get a high level being. According to Ashiana, it would blow up the planet if you brought like a high level being. Okay? Which I see a contradiction because I don't know if I understand that correctly, so that's why I want to leave a public disclaimer, because I've heard Ashiana also say that Jeshua, it's in Voyagers 2. You can look it up yourself. You don't have to hear hearsay. It's in Voyagers 2 that Christ was the Jeshua, Sananda Melchizedek, that's his avatar name, Sananda. Jeshua Melchizedek was the last 12-strand avatar. So what I understand is if you come in, it can't go higher than six. Sorry, you can't have more than 6 strands awakened completely at once, because that would, as soon as you go past into 7th chakra, dude, that's density 3. You would disappear. That's what I've heard from the material, so it's a bit confusing. I believe maybe Jeshua had this DNA because he is an avatar. Sananda Melchizedek is an avatar, and he came here, this 12th dimensional avatar, but that's not true not true. Jeshua had 48 strands, homie. So anyways, this version on Earth had 12. Get it? The rest are in his junk. Just like you have your 9 strands at minimum. If you're an indigo child, you have 24 strands, 36 or 48, like Jeshua. That's what Jeshua is a guardian indigo child. And beyond, of course. And so we talk about baby Jesus too, man, just from the religion point of view. And you can see the darkness and the religions they created, they had to bring some truth so the human spirit would recognize some truth. We are truly angelic beings, not from the religion point of view, from a cosmic point of view. They're actually called celestial consciousness in dimension 6. Officially, it's like, well, it's not really official either. It's just part of the teachings, though. The celestial consciousness, aka angel. And I have it in my diagram. Let's show you the diagram real quick, because it helps to visualize it, to see it just real quick. And well, let me make sure I have it up. Awakaye Masutas. Man, I feel my heart chakra, my throat, my third eye, my crown. I feel my palms, my fingertips. We have this ability, man, to run magic. It's within your potential. Through these teachings, Ashiana Dean's teachings, learn from her, the teacher. She's teaching the mechanics. I'm bringing people to this guardian teachings and, like you would say, attention to the guardian speaker. So I will do some, like, what do you call those kind of like visual storyline or something, visual meditation. I will be doing those because I believe that's what I'm supposed to be doing, you know, like, because it helps you guys connect to this like, we all have our own, like, I have my own ideas and wisdoms from outside of Ashiana's teachings. Like, I see these guardians, man. I don't know if they're all from her camp, you know, or whatever. I know we're still working with the Lyran High Council. That's what it is. It's the highest council, dude. It's called the Lyran High Council, and it would be Ascended Masters. It would be Ayani. I believe it's Ayani. Only Ayani. Like Ashiana is an Ayani. Some of the indigo type 1s are Ayani. That means, you know, we got some indigos that are 24 strand, right? So they wouldn't be Ayani. They would be probably, that's more like either violet flame code or gold flame code. You know, Elohai is coming out of blue flame. So the Elohai blue flames are always going to be the highest, the most consciousness, the most spirit, the highest level ones. And then gold flame would be next, and then violet flame would be the youngest. But not really, because there's something called the scarlet flame. Scarlet, right? Ruby. The ruby order, the ruby flame, I would call it. So that's new. I mean, so there's the 3 flames, but there's a surrogate morphogenic thing going on. You know how the guardians do the biogenesis. You hear what I said? Bioregenesis. That's what Ashiana's teachings, that's what the guardian teachings are. We're taking distorted humans who are in a fallen realm. Let me say that again. We're taking distorted humans who are in a fallen realm, trying to help you remember who you are so you can pull yourself out of this matrix, pull yourself out of this illusion, this lie, this distortion. This is not who we are. You're receiving this message because angelic beings are reaching out. We're messengers. We're calling out to our family. You are our family, humans. And we're bringing, the higher consciousness to activate your DNA, spark it. Wait. Did I push the stupid window yet? Okay. I've done that before where I didn't have the camera on. I thought the camera was on. It was. Oh, we're all good, right, homies? Yeah. I think I wanted to show you the diagram. But because I had to open it first. Duh. Okay. Let me finish this tea off, because it's not going to be hot anymore. Now I'm gonna drink cold water. I mean, I brought some out of the fridge, but it's probably not cold anymore. But it's not an excellent tumbler. But yeah, it's a good visual, and you can get this on my website, you guys. You have to become a $5 Patreon. That's one of the ways you can support Christos Avatar. Or if you're just already a member, did you realize you can get the diagram? Go get it on the YouTube membership or the Patreon membership. You guys have a preference. It's up to you. Both of them have access to the chat, and you'll find Indigo Wizard in there. You'll find Starman in there. You'll find a lot of our loving, blessed Starseeds in there. It's actually very positive. When we had all those controlling moderators, there was a bunch of negative bullshit. It's real simple. With Indigo Wizard, bless you, brother. I love you and Starman for helping out. I'm not trying to make it all guys. You guys, just so you know, it just happens to be right now all guys. It used to be all girls, actually. I'm not trying to change that either. It just happens to be what it is now. And we'll add a third person eventually. I just want to be more. I'm just going through a phase right now. So, like this artwork is very important, I think, and it's going to lead into me being able to show you visions from high levels. Like, you guys can probably demonize it because it's, what you call AI generated art, but dude, it's, even though it's a tool that everyone can make pictures from, it still takes skill, it still takes imagination to create what I've created. Like this freaking amazing art, to me, is beautiful. Not to mention, it came from my imagination. The AI simply helps you generate it, but you have to take freaking a long time. You have to invest your time to figure it out. It's not just poof magic, but it sort of is, but not exactly, because to make the best results, you have to actually be an artist, be imaginative, spend time messing around until you get what you see in your brain. So this is going to lead to me being able to show you freaking realms, even from my medicine experiences. I can. It's a lot better than just trying to describe it to you, right? And then trying to find a picture of it on the internet or something. Well, why not I just generate it with my imagination with the help of this computer? So I think it's blessed, and you guys can throw hate at it. Maybe I'll lose some subscribers. Why? It's blessed to me. I'm showing these blue. I'm gonna be showing you a bunch of blue cat people, and it's not trying to copy freaking Avatar. What do you think Avatar is about? It's about the Anuhazi. They can call it the Natiri, or that's the character's name, but these cat people have a planet or living on a moon, right? And so this is a great, I think, a blessing, a gift, kind of like it gives a powerful visualization for people to start connecting and being familiar with cat humanoids. That's what the Avatar beings are. They're cat people. Did you notice the tails and features? So you would say feline humanoids or hominids. Feline hominids, basically cat hominids, cat. So we're like, actually, the Lyran Starseeds are ones who created our race with the help of the Maharaji. Well, they created them. So they're badasses. Our people who created us are badasses, because you have the Lyran Starseeds the Lyran. Start with just pure Lyran. Okay, that's where we come from. We come from the cradle of Lyra in the 12th dimension. Our people from the blue flame are coming from the 12th dimension. That's why we're the highest level aliens. Oh, I don't mean to say that, okay? I mean, there's not only us who are in 12th dimension, but we're the ones that started. We were seeded first. That's all. So I just want to correct myself, because there's obviously more beings who have gone up to the 12th dimension. This was just the starting, because you have the starting race was in the blue flame in the 12th dimension. The starting races, because they had several races, and the gold flame started in the 11th dimension. We're trying to make a difference. And then the violet flame was another dimension lower, but that doesn't, it's not actually, it's the reverse. It's 11th dimension, it was the violet flame. And I would like to ask her that question. Why is the violet flame a dimension higher than the gold flame in density 4? Or, yeah. Anyways, so I'm also a student, so I have these little annotations and question marks sometimes. But yeah, it's like they created the first species to be hominids, like arms and legs. If you see a race that has arms and legs, well, that came from some DNA of Lyran. The Lyrans are the ones who created that. And you're going to find Lyrans with wings, angels. That means they got some DNA from the gold flame, because all the wings, bird people, all birds come from the gold flame. The avian creatures come from that, and they come from a race called the Ceres. That's the original bird people, founder guardian race. They were called Ceres, Cerez, because there's also a lower version, in a lower dimension, spelled Ceres. And you'll notice they spell the names differently, just to indicate that that's a different dimensional level of the higher version. So there's the Anuhazi at the Christed, the Christos 12th dimensional level, and then there's the Lyran Starseed Anuhazi and the density 3. This is density 4. So we're in 1. Just remember, we're in 1. We're not there yet. Here's density 2. But okay, so the Lyran Starseeds will create many races, and one of those ended up being the Oraphim angels. That's an important thing to say. Besides the Maharaji blue people, you had a race of angels called the Oraphim. Oraphim. Notice it doesn't end with the words L. These are Oraphim. And the Oraphim are the blue flame holy angel beings whose DNA was used to create a race called Turanesium. And so Anuhazi create the Lyran density 4 Anuhazi seeded a race called Lyran Starseed Anuhazi in density 3, and this race seeded a race in density 2 called the one of the races was the Oraphim, and then the Oraphim was used to help with, I believe, with the DNA of the Maharaji. So they got some of that of them in there. So anyways, we got them making the Turanesium race. That's our real race name. We call ourselves human, but we're a people. Did you notice the word human is not our people name? Our people are really from Tara, and in Tara we're called Turanesium. That's our heritage. We come from Oraphim angels. That's who created us. That's why our race up there, our 12-strand race up there, we're called the Terahertz angelic human race. So down here, we're not like this. Up there, we're been described as being eternal life. Yeah, eternal life. And giants compared to what we are now. And super psychic, of course, and we're in like galactic sci-fi. Like, imagine not just our solar system, but we have access to the entire galaxy, and we're obviously multi-dimensional, going through time by traveling through portals, traveling through stargates, traveling in our spaceships, or traveling, using technology or not using technology, using your spirit technology, like your Merkaba light, your Merkaba field is a UFO, is a stargate, it goes through stargates. That's your consciousness, light body, spirit. This is a shell for that. You can travel through stargates. That's what, AKA Templar. Oh wow, we have Templar. We can travel through the Earth's Templar. We match our fourth chakra to the fourth dimensional gate, or whatever gate. And so we are learning this. We don't really, they're like gods to us, you would say. Godlike. So advanced, So advanced, so marvelous, so fantastic. And that's just up there. Wow. Freaking wow. So I made a video about the Terahertz angelic human race. You can also reference that all that information in Voyagers 2, Ashiana Dean, Voyagers 2, Indigo Wizard, or someone, Starman can give you guys a link to the free PDF on Google, or just listen to what I have to, how to do it. Just put Ashiana Dean, Voyagers 1 or 2, whichever one. You'll see that they're right next to each other in the search results when you put that in. Just put Voyagers 2, Ashiana Dean. Ashiana Dean, Voyagers 2, archive.org. So, and start your journey. Start learning some basics and all this stuff about, like, the basic introduction to the knowledge, to the teachings. And I had to make a bunch of separate videos because it's so freaking massive. I have to make videos about the hologram. I have to make videos about like the matrix, show the matrix, and it took a lot of time and months of time to create those diagrams and make those videos for you. So I have a playlist called the Master Templar playlist, and then you'll find the angelic human race video in there. It's about the Terahertz angelic human race, and it's literally in your DNA. And you know that consciousness is directly affected by DNA. It is what creates your consciousness in the first place, which is all spirit and energy and code. And it's amazing how it all works. And you have this thing called the morphogenetic field, and that's what your true conscious form. And it's right now you're inside the race morphogenetic field, and then that morphogenetic field is within the planet's morphogenetic field, Earth, you would say. But we've had to use surrogate morphogenetic fields in this current age of the human drama. We've had so many issues trying to ascend and being blocked from it. So we've been really attacked, and these beings are freaking powerful. And they're pulling lots of people down. I've seen that darkness, man. It is freaking wicked. You will be in mental horror and like trapped. Like literally, they can trap you until there's some mercy or grace, like you would say. Any angels going into the phantom, like come to help. So it's becoming like that on Earth, because we know as this Earth ascends, some of her does not. It's actually a majority of Earth falls down into those horror realms of the phantom. And so it's not religion point of view, it's energy consciousness, and it's a spiritual warfare all the way up to the 11th dimension. You're in it. You have to be in it and get out of it. This has been a war. We're in a spiritual war, and this is a reflection of the consequence of that war, how we've been such distorted down here. We're in a freaking wicked system, you guys. And we're simply, this is a rescue mission coming down to help some of your consciousness. To bring your consciousness out of this. And you will be in a realm where you will not have free will. It will be taken away from you. Consider yourself a tortured prisoner. Consider yourself being vampired and always in a state of fear. And can you imagine, all these phantom beings, there's definitely based on hierarchy. So the most powerful, darkest ones are feeding off everything below it, and it goes down and down so like this is their kingdoms, this is their existence. They like to be in this darkness. It was on their own free will. But while you become dark, your appetite is strong, because if you don't feed, if you don't vampire, you're gonna die, because you're now in a finite existence. That is what is the description of phantom. Phantom, realize, is a reverse consciousness of the Christ consciousness, the living God on earth, being manifest in form. That's what a Christ avatar is. It's God's will, the good God, the one beyond the phantom God. There is these gods, they're calling gods. That's the system of darkness, you guys. When you have kingdoms of power, kingdoms of rulers, you're in a dark system. Oh wow, what's in your world? A bunch of kingdoms and rulers of power. You're in a dark system. You shouldn't have kingdoms of power and rulers and these territories. Oh. So realize, have discernment. You're in a dark kingdom. You're in a dark realm. You're in a fallen place, holy ones. And it will get worse when you fall into the phantom. Like, this is symptoms of the fall. Like, you're getting like tastes of it now. It's kind of like there was some like toxic spill, and it was, you didn't know it was coming until you started smelling it, and then it was too late. Okay, I'll stop. I'm sorry, guys. Forgive me. But I think it was necessary to express that. I think it's grace. To be made aware of outside the shell of your reality, you got freaking dark creatures at the gates. I'm just sensing it, and I've seen it. I can only tell you what I've seen. People are so naive, and it's dangerous to be naive, to not know how you know dark it is. So we are it's almost like freaking when you get outside of the time and space, you see the illusion play out. Now when you're in this like this stretch, okay, I'm pulling thousands of years apart. I'm stretching it. Okay, see this? You're like right here, a little piece of it cut out. Now they got a piece of it cut out. You don't see the horror yet, but this will stretch out, and then you start to see the picture of the horror. You just see like in slow motion. You're like in slow motion, like kind of like in a, what's that movie with it's called Inception. This movie Inception, you have this world's, you know how it starts to get stretched out and slower? It gets more, it's so stretched out and slower, you don't notice shit. So when you know that you're experiencing a higher consciousness, when everything is sped the fuck up, excuse my language, when everything's sped super fast, you will see the horror, you will see the beings, you will see the demons, knowing that they're real, that your earth, your world is in some type of dark grip. So I'm just simply doing my normal thing, guys, where it's all just coming through. Okay, so you can have discernment and decide for what I'm saying or not. I'm just feel myself at a high level in the last freaking since freaking April 20th. I've been on freaking and well, there was that camping period that kind of slowed me down just physically, but I was in that transition. And when I came here, I've had several more profound visions and transformations and DNA upgrades. So it's exponential. And you guys too are going to go through the same evolution. I mean, I did it through this work. Through Oceana Dean's work, through the energy of the Guardian's work, and being real about Law of One, and being real about getting rid of your freaking judgment and hatred, man. Right at the beginning of this channel, one of the most important things, I would say the number one message is no judgment. Christos' message is no judgment. If you could do that, you would transform your life. But it takes a lot of freaking things in your brain to be to understand that, to get that, to know that, to realize. Well, are you on a spiritual journey? You can start to get this enlightenment. You'll start to get this code from the cosmos. You'll feel its realities because it's in your DNA, homie. You're from a divine species, race, people. Hello. Those dark ones are telling you something else. And the light is shining against exposing that darkness. In case you couldn't see it. What's up, homies? Thank you guys for coming to my Lyran Starseeds awakening, those guardians of Earth, experiencing, bringing that spiritual transformation I like to call metamorphosis. Pro-human, these teachings, they're freedom. Pro-human. Okay? Every single day in your life, you're going to have fake human. Oh, AI. asking you if you are human. Why did they use those words? Why didn't they use some other words? I am human. I am your enemy. They said they are human. Well, you asked me a question. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Permission? Thank you. Yeah. Why are all your names or forms in capital letters? What's with that? Thank you. Yeah. There is darkness afoot in your world, man. It's a black magic spell for sure. It's a sacrifice for sure. It's something in developing in your society. Yeah, a new human coming. Maybe you'll forget more and, comply more. And then you'll be, wow, what's all this movies about the post-apocalyptic human? Why? It's programming. It's like, wow, magic, man. Now you see all these movies, you're getting all these ideas, and now you got it coming. Yeah, it's coming, and I believe you've been seeing these pictures all this time, pictures and movies, and it's coming, pictures and movies. Wow. What's up, Vato? Put down the device sometimes, man. Go to the living sometimes. You don't have to be artificial. But we're going to make that underlined and expanded. We're going to show you artificial. There's a teaching behind what I'm doing. I will show you. You're going to see visions. And then tapestries. And then, wow, Kachias. Amacho. Kanyashwas. Kanyashie. Mokochachi wasua. Mokochachi nachakane. Hakachi wasotsna. Kiwasa Niechi. I could keep going. Sometimes I can allow the light code, one of my personal Christos, to speak another language, another energy, vibration. You feel this vibration, oscillation. One's oscillation, another is vibration. So realize we have this 15-dimensional time matrix that's polarized, and you're polarized, and that's why when we say polarized, you literally have a parallel of yourself. What you call a doppelganger? Okay, you're going through ascension here in the particle universe. They're going through their ascension here on the other side, in the anti-particle universe. So not only do we have the phantom universe, but we have the particle universe and the parallel universe. So we are simply complex consciousness. Yeah. That's an understatement. If you see the Ascended Master levels, OMG. I've been up there. What's up? Akaya. We go into these teachings and you have this memory, you have these activations, you hear this code, this truth vibrates, it oscillates, it makes changes. It brings enlightenment. It brings in light. Achiwa. And so you are blessed and you come from this divine heritage. We are guardians of the galaxy, of the universe. Of this, you would say, our people is meant to guard the gates. When you start to consider the galactic drama, not just Earth drama, you realize that we're involved in something pretty big. We're not the center of the universe like some egotists like to say, or some distortions. But we are important. We're from the blue flame guardian founder race called the Anuhazi. We're the Christos consciousness, the Christ consciousness, inside the embodiment, the manifestation of the holy, Anuhazi. And these are beings are like you would say blue avatars in the movie Avatar 1 and Avatar 2. So, but not exactly, because that's liquid light fields in the density 4. Christ is density 4, you would say hydroplasm. You have this plasmic body. So we're like densified in lower matter forms, and you're going to be something called crystal silicate. Imagine your whole body made of crystal quartz, Beautiful, right? Sparkling, beautiful. It's such a incredible. That's why you don't have a body like we have here. Total different type of experience. That's where you call the etheric realm. So density. So in density 2, that you're going to be half of our world carbon. We're carbon, but up there they're part carbon and part etheric. So they're carbon etheric, or you would say crystal carbon, or carbon crystal. So that's an interesting evolution. We're going to go up to that. We're from the Terahertz race is in the crystal carbon universe. We have 12 strands of DNA, but we're holy beings in the lower strands, because we're watching the gates. Okay, we're from the 12th dimension. Our DNA goes all the way up to the 12th dimension. I'm saying humans. If you're indigo, you're more. But for humans, most humans are Christed beings. We're the Christos. And so, remember, indigo are going to be Christos too, but that's only a portion of their DNA. They have more than that. So, that's what's coming in and helping. We're the trailblazers, the wayshowers. We're the ETs. Looking human. What's up? Cheese. But we're also star beings from other worlds, extraterrestrial, multi-dimensional worlds. That's what you are, Lyran Starseeds awakening. You're Lyran Starseed. You're a cat people in your highest form. Now, remember, we think in human point of view as being lowly. If you're an animal of some sort, look on the ancient Egyptian. And what I want to say, just because they're ancient doesn't mean they're less primitive. Hello. Ancient Egypt, you want to know a secret, a mystery coming out of the Christos, is that's part of Atlantis. Portion of Atlantis combining with our modern Aryan race. So we are in a root race called the Aryans, and they're in a root race coming from the Atlanteans. So that's why you got a race kind of like in between. The ancient Egyptians are coming from Atlantis. Okay, this drama of ours is coming from Atlantis. Okay, and I have more videos coming, but you can go find out for yourself right now in Ashiana Dean's Voyagers 2. They will get the whole Atlantis, ancient Egypt, and Lemuria history. But don't just rely on that. There's more teachings, not just the Voyagers books. Many videos, and I want to say that publicly, that we're trying to archive it. Like, I give a lot of credit to Indigo Wizard. There was other people before him. We're trying to build an archive here. We're not downloading her shit and giving it to you. We're simply helping you find exactly where it's at, where it's already at. We can't stop that from happening, so I'm going to share that information. Otherwise, also go to Ashiana Dean's website and support her there by buying the Voyagers PDF from her. She charges $17, $17.77, which I thought was weird, but yeah, I don't get those numbers. But anyways, realize that we are simply we're all the indigos, man. We're all coming from a holy place. Just think of that. It's not all about Ashiana. We just realize the high-level guardians who are bringing it in first, keeping the code that is called the Maharata, which is the Lyran original name for it. These teachings called the Maharata are actually a translation, like what Ashiana Dean did with the Voyagers. She brought it down, she downstepped it into our reality. Well, they're doing it. The ancient, it's like a few 100,000 years old, guys. The Maharata, that was a long time ago, before Sumeria. Okay, so those were when they were first released to the planet in written form. And that written form, just realized it's called the innerchristos, the Maharata. Well, just know that's just the first name for it. It's actually coming from a higher, outside of this time matrix even. And it's being preserved on holographic disc records. Now, Ashiana Dean, the Guardian Teachings, they talk about it being called CDT plates. Cloister, Dora, Torah, CDT, plates. Plates as in holographic disc records. So these holographic disc records, the psychic guardians, the priests of Azraline are bringing it in. They transcribe it into history in this ancient teachings called the Maharata. That's what was it called. That was the first. They were doing the same thing Ashiana did, being able to get into the record, bring it down in her mind, in her consciousness, and making diagrams. Highly advanced technical work that she's able to do. And so they brought these teachings in. And so remember, this is about the Lyran Starseed homies. This is who we're talking about. Those whole line of people, these guardians, these Emerald Covenant teachings. We are divine keepers of this knowledge. We were part of the Maharata. We were born in those days. We're born in Jeshua's days. We're born in some things going on in Rome and Greece and Greek history and Renaissance history. We've been coming in. We incarnate. We got jobs to do. We're special forces, remember? We come on in to different time periods. Well, so are the dark illuminated ones. They are coming in into different timelines. We're counterbalancing them. Okay? It's what we do. We're guardians. We guard, and we're Templars. We go through time. Templar. The real definition, Templar, reference to time. You go through, you're a Templar. You can leave this reality and go to a different reality. That's time travel. We are time travelers by nature. We're multi-dimensional. You're time travelers. Because you have a consciousness here, you got a consciousness here, a consciousness there. These are different dimensions of reality. Fifth dimensional Templar, sixth dimensional Templar. Those are your people, your other lifetimes. Living now. Not in the past, really, not in the future, because that doesn't exist. It's all vibrating now. So you got all these vibrations, and Templar can go through and travel to different vibrations. That's what you're doing, but you're calling it time travel. Time travel is really going to different vibrations of reality. There. You can understand that through physics. A slow, large wave, like a radar wave, or a very small, super fast gamma ray. A huge difference in frequency and energy. A much more energy in a gamma ray, right, than a radio wave. Bless the radio wave and all waves. Just realize that every wave is another reality, another dimension of life and consciousness and worlds and energies, memory, cultures, records, all in your Templar. Existing in these different Templar are you. You live in all these... this is called your personal Christos. Not past lives, future lives. That's kind of a New Age concept. You're actually simultaneous lives, and all of those simultaneous lives in different waveforms are called your Christos family. You are holy! Machiwa! Much respect to you, Lyran Starseeds. Holy beings. Christos race. 12th dimensional avatars. What's up, cat people? What's up, feline hominids? What's up, humanoids? From another world? From that Lyran star system? I feel good, do, like I know that I would, do. Ah. I like to dance with James Brown, man. Like, what's up, Vato? Come on, let's do it. Ow! Ah! Matsuta! Yeah. What's going on, homies? Machiwa, I got this hold on my freaking PayPal transaction. I was gonna buy a green screen, and then the transaction went through on my end, and then the next day when I wake up, I find out it didn't go through, but they got my money stuck in some 30-day temporary authorization, and that cannot be canceled. Brilliant. 3D, Holmes. 3D. Yeah. We're more. And we can be more. You can see, feel, know, understand more. Chica, it's already here, Holmes. You just gotta activate your Templar. Go to a different timeline, man. So, you don't have to stay on Earth. It sucks. Go somewhere else, man. Go on vacation. You're an old soul. You're not even from here. You want to go back home. It's time, right? You did your job, I hope. So go back home, old soul, regenerate, and come back when you're ready. Jedi. We say young Jedi, but you're not. Your soul's not young. Awakaya. We are immortals. Walkers through time, are we, young ones? Skywalkers. We are just activating it again. Sleeper has awakened. We're awakening. I hope. We need you, Starseed, Indigo Child. Bring on that Indigo Ray. Clairvoyance, clairsentience. We see. Hakaya. Much respect. How you doing, homies? What's up? Vato locos. Getting close to that time. Got 70 of you online. Thank you for being here, all you souls. It's like a great time to be live. Yeah. I'm new to this channel, but I already love it. Yeah, you said it, man. Because of energy like that, we can change the world, homie. For real. That's the shizzle dizzle. I love you, Callista. Artemis. Cool name. Christos Family. Lyran Starseeds. Hybrids. Templar. We are home. Walkers through sleepers awakening. Indigo Ray. You're a poem, man. You're a poet. It's yeah. We got it. We got it. Yeah. You know, I'd love to see you guys in our chat. Please join for $5. You're supporting Christos Avatar, but you're also, that's worth it. How much is a cappuccino nowadays? No, real. Go look. Go find out how much one cappuccino is. So just give Davian one cappuccino, value. Realize that we are the awakening consciousness. And we're only going to, with your help, I can reach more. Like millions. And the show, as you see, gets better and better and better. And there's still more coming, homies. Much more. Yeah, you ready? I'm ready. Yeah. And so we're just like getting started. We're just like becoming activated. You know, we're just getting pumped up. We're just like ready to put on some armor of light. Yeah, put on those chick hair robes again. We are this craft. We are priests, disciples of light, of love, of the God's original intention. Hell yeah, chick hair. No mata. There can be wickedness in the world, Lyran homies, but realize we're the ones who counterbalance that. We're the ones who shine. And if we find like deception and tricks and like religions and new age spiritual beliefs, then we're gonna at least talk about it. And it's not dogma. The guardian teachings are not dogma. We even teach you have free will to do whatever the F you want. You know, you realize that all are God. You know that you're God. Doesn't mean you start having an ego, but you're God. If you want an ego, I guess, go ahead. Just realize there's consequence in the hologram. You do this energy, this produces that result. Wow, what a concept, huh? So, you know, what you choose as darkness, you call darkness, is called the path of chaos. For a reason. Chaos is leading to self-destruction of your own identity, your own memory. Hey, you're the one pushing the delete button. You're the one going delete, delete, delete to yourself, to your consciousness when you fall through vampirism. Remember, your reverse consciousness of life. Life is going like this. A reverse life, anti-Christos energy consciousness is falling as it's trying to devour other energies and beings. It works through hatred and wickedness, black magic, and curses. They work with traps and putting you in fear and putting you in distortion and putting you in, you know, making you lost and confused and about what is reality, lost and confused about what is God, what is really. That's not God, but you say you resonate with it. So we are mighty beings, and many of us call on this bullshit in the world. We know it's the fallen angels' domain. You know, they've been managed to overcome. We know they took over our parallel world, and the parallel. If it's hard to explain, but the parallel is a little bit higher in vibration than us. So you could say they're in the future than us. As a matter of fact, as some of you Starseeds Indigos are seeing a lot of galactic activity and battles and stuff, you might be seeing parallel lifetimes. Remember, they're intertwined. Particle is intertwined with antiparticle and vice versa. So you can get reception, you know, from your parallel. So there's a parallel. Everything has a parallel because it's the mechanics of the time matrix. It's built in. So think about that. If God created the hologram, God polarized it on purpose. It's a simulation. God wants to learn in a polarized reality. It's because when you come into a polarized reality, you have identities going into both, which are intermeshed and intertwined. And when you become psychic and awakened, you're gonna get some of that overlap. I mean, those. Have you guys seen this TV series called His Dark Materials? It's a weird ass name, right? His Dark Materials. This is a very interesting show, but it's definitely got some distortion in it. Just a warning, but it's still beautiful cinema. I just was very into some of the effects and the science fiction. We're into that. Indigos are into that shit. And so I love science fiction. I love the mysteries and magic and fantasy, and because that's what we know. We know these things in other realities. Wow, we are distorted, yes, very distorted down here. We still have connections to those other realities, to fairies, to magical kingdoms, or whatever, beautiful. Because there's a whole section of life called elementals. They're real beings in dimension 2. Okay, so these beings are real. They're simply in another bandwidth. They're a little bit higher than animals. So you would say elementals, animals, plants in the second dimension. So below that is just really small, you would say subatomic life. Subatomic particles and chemistry and all that is made of these conscious beings. And we're not even talking the physics, the unified physics that talks about ultra microparticles, which are simply something your scientists haven't discovered yet. And these ultra microparticles, much smaller than a quark. You discover subatomic, what do you call it nowadays in physics? Quantum physics, where there's nothing actually, you get so small until you realize there's nothing actually smallish. It's actually a vibration, a tiny little, it's nothing physical keeping form, because it's all energy. That's why it's an illusion of physicality. If you go all the way down into the smallest particles, beyond atoms, beyond subatomic, beyond quark, into what the Guardians call Particuli units. Okay, Particuli units is the smallest thing in existence. A Particuli unit is like not a particle, but it is called a particle. But realize the particle is actually doing this, a vibration, oscillation. And so these oscillation, vibration, you're getting the illusion of matter. So you realize our entire reality is holographic. It's all a projection. A hologram projection is what makes, that's what we're experiencing. And that projection is a spectrum of other speeds of vibration. So you just think of yourself as vibrating at many different speeds, and they're all happening in the same space. And the illusion is that the hologram, the AI or virtual reality or whatever you want to call it, it is making us think this is all freaking real. Now, it doesn't make it not real. It doesn't make it say, because it's still truly spirit, which is energy. It's energy experiencing projected realities. But it's a structured energy system, and we're in the third bandwidth of it. We're in the third spectrum of it. The third department of it. The third floor level out of 15. And so we're just simply showing you the Lyrans are up here, and and we're down here. And just realize that we come down here to assist. You're part of us. You're part of our people. We love you. Angels love you. They come down here for help you. You guys find your starseed in indigo. You're an Orifeme angel. That's what indigo children are. We're Orifeme angels. 24 strand, 36 strand, or 48 strand. It just depends if you're an indigo type 3, indigo type 2, or the highest is indigo type 1. 48 strand. So, doesn't matter. I'm seeing these flashes of these beings, man. So the guardians are here in the flesh with you. And we come born through this fetal integration process. We come in, got a soul contract from the soul level, not this level. That's not the soul level. We're in the incarnate, the flesh, the spirit inside a flesh body. It's a vehicle for spirit, higher spirit, higher consciousness is in here. You're not this. But people identify with this. See, they forgot it's a hologram. You forgot it's a vibration. You forgot its frequency. energy, and that you're made of energy. You forgot. Now you just believe it. You just think that's the only it. You don't think that there's anything beyond it. That's just all, and you believe that it's physical, even though there's a whole branch of science, quantum physics, that says it's not. But no, it's physical. It has to be. See, I can feel it. It's physical. You believe it. You fell for it. You forgot. It's not physical. So you're an energy being having a human experience here. Maybe you're an energy being in another planet, in another Templar. And notice it's connected here, and it's all here. The future and the past, it's all here. The individual, personal, they call it the personal logos. And then you have the higher logos, the planetary logos, which is super consciousness. Now you're no longer a single individual entity. Imagine what that is. You're a plural. You're a tribe. You're a collective. The first level collective is 12. Your first collective consciousness is called a 12 tribe. That means you have 12 different races. Literally 12 separate races inside your human race. And since we taught the concept earlier, we're in 3D, that means there's 9 strands that are in your junk DNA dormant. Most humans are 3 levels of consciousness on Earth in the 3rd dimension. So there's 9 that aren't working. Let's say you're starting to activate your heart chakra, your next chakra, your fourth chakra. Well, that will start to become manifest. The DNA strand will start to build in your journey. Your goal is to build your entire strand of DNA. We're talking about how it works here. This is the physics of and the nature of spiritual consciousness, is to go through all the dimensions so you can get all of the holographic, codes from each lifetime. Every lifetime you have is saved and put on your DNA. But not just you got many other lifetimes doing the same thing, building your soul. You're building the soul, so is 11 others of your lifetimes. This is called the incarnate. We incarnate 12 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's our super consciousness. That is what super consciousness is. 12 minds, 12 lifetimes, 12 spiritual energies. That 12 spiritual energies is what is being called Christ. Christos. We call it Christos. So you're a 12 person being. The goal is to become Christed, is to bring all of those consciousnesses into your life. That's what a spiritual evolution is. You're hearing truth. You're learning true teachings of the guardian mechanics. You realize spirit. You feel it. You recognize it. It harkens, it calls, and you reach out for that calling. Guardians hear the calling. Guardians hear it because it's in your DNA, man. It's in your spiritual Wi-Fi. You're tuning into that message, that code. It's because it's your code. It's our code, man. It's family. It's Chihuahua. We're lighting up our powers. We're seeing all the bullshit in this world. And we are standing in our right. No posing, no acting, no reading a script. Just flow, baby, just flow. Turn on the camera and start vibrating, honey. Yes. No machu. I think it's beauty. I think it's amazing. And this is just part of the progression of what we can expect in the spiritual awakening, guys. Those of you who have chosen light and are trying to heal yourself and clean all your shadow and ego out of your life and start recognizing law of one, start living as law of one, you will feel yourself become changing. Like literally biochemistry, your chemistry, your atoms, your mind, you want to call it, your spirit. It's going through literal changes, homie. And just realize, have relief maybe that this isn't the only, this isn't the end of the story. You have many versions and lifetimes and experiences to still go through. You're meant to leave this disease, this shadow, okay? Because this is reversed to 2/3. That's majority, man. 2/3 of Earth consciousness is reversed, and when you come, and according to Ashiana, when you come born, it's 90% shut off. So that 10% is what makes a human, what makes a person. So we truly are a piece. We're a piece of what we are. Just remember that. So that's what our life is, dealing with just a piece of us. Well, the spiritual journey teaches you how to reclaim those pieces. You become a much greater being, while other people aren't even knowing this stuff. They're not even doing it. You are bringing in your consciousness. Man, you are a guardian being, you're a sacred being, a divine being, you're doing magic. Basically. These teachings, they're called bioregenesis. The scientists will laugh at you if you tell them that your mind, your consciousness, can literally go inside your DNA and fix it. That's what we're doing. Bio, life, regenerate. No, let me fix that. Life, you would say DNA. Bio is reference to your DNA. Regenesis means regenerate. Bring back to living. So, these teachings, Ashiana Dean, Guardian, Voyager teachings, Kalantic Science, KS, also called Kathara, mini workshops called Sliders, Ashiana Dean Sliders 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Become your Christed avatar. Learn how. There's the manuals. There's the teachings that are ancient, all the way from the 200,000 years ago to the Maharata, which are recordings from, or translations from the digital holographic disc records. That's why when you're ordinated, like Ashiana, she's ordained, right? Ekar. She's not. There's not that many Ekars here, but she was taught how to do that. There was official job. Thank you for the love, for the likes, you guys. She was. This is what we're learning. Once again, it's blowing away. All those old paradigms. All those. That's very harmful to humanity. From our point of view, it's black magic. Your planet is under black magic. It's almost like obvious. It's almost like so many signs that just kind of, yeah, that's true. Machiwa. So thank you guys for being here on my live, man. It's been great seeing you. I want to see who's been on the house. We'll be finishing up this video though. Hope you guys see my new video I just released today. You said it, Indigo. We're God, sovereign, free. Light always prevails. And you guys, good. I'm glad Helena said that. Light always prevails. You guys, there's something called the Emerald Covenant. You've heard me talk about it. That you hear us talking about it. There's a promise. The Emerald Covenant is a promise. You want to know one of the main things that it promises? That all consciousness shall return back to Source God. So even the phantoms will someday be part of some singularity event where all beings will be transmute back to their higher part. higher self, higher, back to God. So that's a promise by the Embark covenant. So it'll all get worked out eventually, maybe billions of years, who knows. But someday, sometime. And just to say, if you guys want to know, some of you follow the secret space program stuff, they talk about there being a Yellow Book project Yellow Book, or some future vision to see the future. And they send their super soldiers in there, their super psychic people in there, and everyone who goes in there and goes way to the far future, they can't, there's a certain point they can't go past. Always, all of these super soldiers or people going to the future find out, you find out that there's something they can't explain. From their point of view, they cannot explain it. What they see is a singularity, where these actual, what you do when you ascend? You're bringing back the consciousness vertical. I mean, you wouldn't say it's actually not vertical. It's your sphere energy going like this. You're expanding. That's kind of like saying vertical, but you're expanding. Watch you. Expand, holy ones. You're light. You're that momentum of light. You're pro-life. You're pro-human. Because there's a lot of things that are against human. AI is against human. What I'm saying is that you can't just put everything in a bucket with AI, because there's basic, simple AI that are like tools for education purposes. We're not talking about cyber being made to look like a human being and then putting AI in it. That's not what we're talking about. There's useful software applications, things that help you even learn or do things like super multitask and shit. So I believe society is only going to evolve, you guys. I mean, what I'm saying is, in generally speaking, you're supposed to go into the galactic level. You're supposed to go into ET civilizations visiting you and being part of your normal life. You'll be actually part of some multi-galactic experience. Because as soon as you hit galactic level, that automatically goes into multi-galactic level. You won't just be limited to your galaxy. You'll be going in and out of other galaxies. So it's not like some people don't want to evolve. They think that's wrong, or you're not supposed to get more technology. That's farther from the truth, you guys. What do you think you're doing? You're evolving. Ascending and going to higher divine worlds, everything gets more hyper evolved and advanced. Not the other way around, less technology. That's a distortion. Just so you're saying, so you can appreciate that any progression in society is a good thing. If you have more advanced, better technologies to do things, you got to realize that there's different applications of AI. We're not talking about like Skynet and shit. We're talking about, something on that helps you like make artwork, something that helps you answer questions about anything you can imagine that you can't just find so easily, and then you can get the answers. We're supposed to evolve. We're supposed to become smarter. We're supposed to become more older, like without dying. We're supposed to get more advanced. Okay? What's the opposite? There goes the opposite. This is expanding. This is not. Are you learning more information and knowledge and technologies? Or no, you don't. You're afraid. You don't want to learn more information and technology. You don't want to go to space, and you think the world's flat, and you're not going jack nowhere, man. You're stuck here. You're in a dome, man. You ain't what? Man, grow out your spirit. You're in a little goldfish bowl, huh? Okay, if you want to put yourself there. Or are you a limited human? Are you going to make a leap in your consciousness? Are you going to become a more effective, more intelligent, more healthy, more psychic? Are you gonna evolve? Or are you gonna stay in some little place? You don't just forget technology. You will find out that when you ascend, you're gonna be in a super advanced society. You hear what I'm saying? You're afraid of change, but you evolve to change. You want to change. Did you notice we're not in cowboy days anymore? Did you notice we're not in the Roman age? So we're evolving, and that doesn't just like stop because you're spiritual. You actually keep evolving, and we will be in spaceships. There will be motherships because they're there. We know they're there. We've seen them. So that means we become that. We're going to have that. We're going to be in advanced, super, what? You have eternal life. You don't die from aging and shit. You don't have diseases anymore. You're not like getting wrinkles and distortions in your appearances. What's up? When you have your strands plugged in, you got your divine body. You have eternal life. You have your divine template, Templar DNA, your divine DNA. You have divine DNA in here. You just have to activate it. What's up? I love you, holy ones. Rise, shining light. You are brilliant. Remember, you are Kasi. I love you. Activate, homies. Bring it. Start shining. Start speaking. Christos, you are Christos. All humans are. Remind them. Call them a holy one. And when someone asks you what do you mean? Tell them why they're holy. They just need a little memory, a little reminder. We were in that boat. We're all novices who become adepts, who become masters. Master Templars. Speak with and know it with conviction. Peace, you guys. I'll see you on the flip-flop. I'll catch you guys on my next video. Yeah. Thanks to all my members. All my members are supporting Christos Avatar. Thank you guys. And if you've heard anything you like tonight, if you've learned anything from Christos Avatar, show some love. Send some love to your brother. You can do a donation here, or you can also send donations through my PayPal link below, or also I'll be actually making something with this art, you guys. That will be another way that you can support Christos Avatar. I would love to make some type of Guardian Lyran calendar or coffee mugs, or I think this is really awesome. I can't wait to share all this with you guys, and it's blessed, and you guys are blessed. Realize that you chose light. You're on the path of guardianship. You're on the path, Skywalker. You're a Jedi in the making. It's a real deal. Hey, I remember when I was completely 3D. I didn't believe in this shit. I used to mock it, and here I am now, feeling it, experiencing it, undeniable. I can't deny it. It's just real. It's just real as this reality, even realer, if that makes sense. You guys hear the ringing in your ears. You guys see like the dreams. You see the visions. You feel the energies, the changes happening. You're part of it. Much respect to all of you who are part of this, you Starseeds and Indigos Awakened. We're going to do this together. This is the Lyran Starseed Awakening. It's happening. We're right in the middle of it, 2023. It's not like it's over tomorrow or something. Just realize that there's got to be events that got to be shaking the world up a little bit, and that we're meant to be strong, not meek. We're going to be able to handle some shakes in the world. Okay? Yeah, just realize, just keep true to living a life of law of one, following a path of, I want to say righteousness. You want to follow a path of light. Know what the 12 masteries, qualities of mastery are. I want to make a video about that. And then know what it's like to be a guardian. What does a guardian do? Look within and find it, homie. You got your inner Christ right here. I love you. Namaste. Blessings. Machi. Sukas. Gaya. It's hard to leave you guys. It's hard. Have a blessed evening. Have sweet dreams. Oh, I gotta do it up here. Only positive vibes, homies.